is coming up next. Okay, let's get right into it today. Of the many methods for understanding and working with different energies that pervade our existence, one of the most profound is the five Buddha families, an ancient Buddhist system of understanding the enlightened mind and its various aspects. The Buddha families present us with a complete picture of both the sacred world of an enlightened mind and even the neurotic world of the ego-centered existence. Let's start the beautiful teachings today with some illustrations that perhaps you recognize. We've seen the 21 Terras, the five Buddha families, the characters of the five Dakinis. If you've seen these slides, then you truly know that there are many ways to teach the same system. In today's video, we're going to focus on the five Buddha families, and we're going to be sharing the qualities and the negative side, the enlightened side and the neurotic side, as mentioned in the beginning of this video. Okay, let's get into a brief explanation of each one of the families that we'll be exploring today. Karma, green in the north, all around action. Ratna in the south, yellow, all around equanimity. Buddha in the center, all around spaciousness. Vajra, blue in the east, all around clarity. And Padma in the west, all around discernment. So these are the enlightened mind aspects of each one of the families. Now let's look at the opposite of that, or the shadow side. When we look at the next slide, we see this. We see jealousy for karma. We see pride for Ratna. We see ignorance in the center with Buddha. And we see aggression for Vajra and grasping for Padma in the West. In working with this system, it reminded me of a tool I used to use when I was managing people. And it was all the awareness that if you show me somebody who has a beautiful quality, say a leader or somebody who really cares about the client, those same energies could tip into a shadow side, which is needing to rule or people pleasing. So let's start with the Buddha family that is truly in the center. If we're talking about spaciousness, out of power would be spaciness, right? So I love this illustration of the Buddha energy. And when I think of Buddha being completely in power, I do picture a monk sitting in silent meditation, focus on love and light out into the world and metta and being in their body and being very present. Now imagine the Buddha family energy being a little out of power, maybe feeling isolated or cut off, feeling lost and maybe even disconnected. Instead of feeling empathy, maybe you would feel apathy. The Buddha family radiates a white energy, spacious and peaceful. Buddha energy is the all-persuasive, peaceful space. When people manifest the wisdom aspect of this Buddha, they are receptive, accommodating, easygoing, and content with just being exactly where they are. However, when people manifest the confused quality of this Buddha, they can be dull, lazy, stubborn, and insensitive. The next Buddha family is the Vajra family, and this is in the east, and its color is blue. And this Buddha family is all about clarity, seeing things exactly as they are, the mirroring reality clearly and unbiasedly. So if you think about looking in a mirror at yourself, it just is a reflection of you. There's no changing it that can happen. That is the true, clear definition of when we see things clearly, unclouded, right? The out of power energy, its shadow side, is anger. And in that energy, someone might react without true understanding, without knowing the whole story. So if you're somebody who explodes in the moment, this could be a little Vajra energy out of power. The Vajra family reflects a blue energy, like a crystal, clear mirror. Vajra energy reflects what it sees without bias. When people manifest the wisdom aspect of the Vajra, they are clear-minded with an intellectual brilliance. They're sharp, they're precise, they're analytical, they like things in order. They maintain a perspective and are full of integrity. Vajra also has a self-righteous component to it that can harden into cold and hot anger. When people manifest the confused quality, they can be overly analytical, almost set in their ways, a little critical or opinionated, my way or the highway, sometimes an authoritarian and demanding of true, pure perfection. Those harder people to be around when they're completely out of power. Moving on to the Ratna family, and this is in the south, and its color is yellow. And this is all about the richness, but not based on money. This family Ratna symbolizes the equanimity or the contentment and appreciating truly what we have. When you think of equanimity, it is like it sounds. It's equal. However, its shadow side is absolutely pride, or maybe even clinging to our possessions or status. When I think of this Buddha family in power, I think of a minimalist, somebody who's content with what they have and only wanting just what they need. And then when I think of the same energy out of power, I think of a corporate ladder and someone trying to climb to reach, executive director position, more for the status than it is for the money. The Ratna family exudes golden energy that encompasses and enriches everything. Ratna energy displays equanimity and even satisfaction. When people manifest the wisdom aspect, they are expansive, resourceful, hospitable, and also appreciative. But the Ratna out of power can turn greedy, territorial, maybe even a little puffed up with pride. When people manifest the neurotic quality of Ratna, they can be a little arrogant, over-obsessive, and maybe even a little emotionally needy. Moving to the Ratna family, and this is in the west, and the color is red. And I will just say one word, passion. And passion in the sense of love. These are the ones that are easy to love and also love and are here to love. The Padma family, which represents discriminating wisdom, seeing things clearly, and even taking action. However, its shadow side is attachment, clinging to desires or even relationships. When I think of the personality traits of someone in this Buddha family, I think of somebody in a very healthy, loving relationship based on giving and taking and supporting. When I think of the same energy out of power, I might look at somebody who is codependent, a people pleaser, taking it to extremes and not having a real clear definition of the why. Long suffering maybe in a relationship or in a job, clinging to the attachment and the desires of wanting things to be different and not the way they are. So let's move on. When you think of this beautiful energy, the Padma family glows with the vitality of red energy. It's finely tuned intuition that can discriminate subtle experiences without bias. When people manifest the wisdom aspect, they're engaging, they're magnetizing, and they're so charming. This energy listens deeply and speaks truly from the heart. The Padma can also have an obsessive desire to magnetize or to grasp to the most pleasurable of ideal situations. When people manifest its confused quality, they can cling to what gives them pleasure, maybe have addictive qualities or the addict. They're overly emotional and can perpetually seek confirmation. The last Buddha family we will explore today is the karma family, and karma truly meaning action and activity. This is in the north, and its color is green, and the element here is air. This karma family, which embodies the power of action, think of mothers against drunk driving, transforming negativity into positive change. Its shadow side is jealousy, wishing for what others have instead of working with what you have or you own or your own goals. When I think of this beautiful Buddha family in complete power, I do think of people who have maybe gone through something terrible in their life and they have the ability to turn it around in service to others. So many of the healers in our group and on this channel really are of this energy, the karma family. When I think of the same energy out of power, it's acting with the wrong motivation behind it, wanting what others have, so therefore positioning themselves to be like others instead of to be in service to others. There's a vast difference between those two energies. So love this energy, and I gotta tell you, yeah, out of all of the energies, this is probably the one I'm the most like, if you haven't figured that out. So let's learn more about the karma family. The karma family emits a green energy. It's swift, energetic like the wind. Karma is all accomplishing action for the benefit of others. There it is. When people exhibit this karma, they can be efficient, effective, and practical, full of confidence and energy. They act in a timely and appropriate ways and synchronicity with the world. Karma can also be a little restless and too speedy. And when people manifest its neurotic state, they can be power hungry, competitive, manipulative, controlling, and dominating. The fear of failure, they can also be a little paranoid and jealous. Okay, wrapping it up today, out of the 5 Buddha families, there must have been at least 2 that you could see a true connection to. And then the good, the bad, and the ugly in it too, right? So please know that knowing where and what you're tied to as far as emotions and qualities and shadow sides really can just help you be a better version of yourself. We should always be working to be the best expression of ourselves. So take a second, comment below, and share 1 or 2, 1 definitely, 2 would be great. And think about that and maybe even write down some of the qualities and some of the shadow side of each of your Buddha families. And there's more. The next thing I want you to do in this video, I have attached in the cards 2 other videos. I'm collaborating with Joe and Patricia from Spiritual Connections. And the videos that are up on the screen right now, I want you to go out and watch the explanation to the 5 Dakinis. It's the same kind of teachings, but in a different way. Okay, another word for Buddha families is the Dakinis. And then I want you to do the beautiful meditation. If you do these 3 things, this video and the other 2, this will give you an understanding or an opening and certainly the energy of these amazing teachings of the 5 Buddha families.